know, just like some guys would just pull up beside my car and just stare. But there are just some people who literally worship that stuff. And when people are stunting that growth, or they're stunting your purpose. Once again, hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. So as you guys can see from the title, we're going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me, a real honest, laid back kind of chit chat, get ready with me. Also, I'm going to be doing the makeup that I did for my birthday shoot because a lot of you guys have requested that. So of course I want to do that tutorial for you guys today. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it. But before I jump into it, girl, are you subscribed? No? Well, stop what you're doing and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell twice so that way you're notified every time I post a video. So personally, I love chit chat get ready with me's. I know sometimes they're long and drawn out, but I just love it because you can talk and connect and just chit chat about things that's going on and everything. So for a while, I've been getting some comments, some questions and stuff like that about certain topics. I was like, well, let me go ahead and try to kill two birds with one stone. Doing my makeup of the tutorial that you guys asked for pertaining to my birthday shoot, but also addressing these questions and stuff like that. So let's do it. This is on my third time recording this, y'all. So I already started. I already did my eyebrows and I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade in dark brown. My studio finish concealer in NW35 from MAC. Everything that I use will be linked down below, so don't you worry, girl. Eyebrow brush here. This brush is from Amazon. Yeah, I got these off of Amazon. And then this is what I use to do the under. Yep, my face so far, I've used my Milk Primer. I love this stuff, it's so good. I'll link it down below for you guys. My Studio Fix fluid, y'all know this is a throwback, but I still use it. And I use the shade NW50. This is like the perfect, this is the perfect foundation for my skin. Everything else, chew. But I do use Milani as well. When I don't want to use the liquid stuff, I always use my Milani. As you guys can see, it's almost finished. I need to go get some more. But this is the cream to powder foundation. So if I just need like a quick touch up or something, I will use this here. Because I talk a lot, I'm going to set a timer so that way I'm not talking you guys head off. So stay with me, okay? So I've been seeing a few questions and comments and messages and emails and stuff. So I'm like, let's go ahead and just talk about all these things, okay? House tour and why I haven't done one for our new house yet. Okay, so you guys know that we moved back in October going on to November, and first of all, it was just a lot happening that I just didn't have a moment to get it done because we literally had to, like, as soon as we sold our house, like, we had to get things packed and move. Owners, they were ready to move in, so we had to hurry up and get out. But also, to keep it real, I didn't feel it in my spirit to do one this time, because one thing about me, like, I'm just real into my discernment and, you know, listening to the spirit and stuff, and like for some reason I just didn't feel led to do one. First of all, we don't own it. This is just a rental until we move out of this place. I know I did when we first moved here, but you know, for right now, like, it's so temporary. Like, we can move tomorrow or we can move next week or at the end of the year, I don't know. So I mean, I'll probably still do one. I'll do one eventually. I'm not gonna let y'all hanging. I love where we are. Like, it's very, very beautiful, but also for safety reasons too, because this place it's not big, but it's not small either, and it's easy to like pick up, you know, like I don't know, maybe it's just because I love houses and I like, you know, go to different neighborhoods, look at different models, so it's easy to kind of, for me at least, it's easy to like pick up things and stuff like that. And so just for safety reasons, I just don't feel comfortable, because I have had some experiences that, like, not anything too drastic, but like just things that have made me uncomfortable, that I have shared on Instagram. I don't know, just like some guys would just pull up beside my car and just would stare, or like just feel like I'm being followed sometimes in the parking lots and stuff. And people are really, really nice, but one thing that has made me uncomfortable is when people ask, where do you live? And I'm like, what? I don't know you and you don't know me, because even like people will tell me where they live. That's just how nice people are. I don't know if it's a Texas thing or whatever. We didn't do that back in Baltimore. Like we didn't do that in the city. Like no, unless we know you or your family, or you know it's for like a kid reason or something like that, then you can ask where people live. But just to openly like, yeah, so where do you live? I'm like, no. I've had a lot of people tell me where they live, and I'm like, I don't need to know that. Like, I don't know you. And I know they don't mean harm. Like, please don't take it offensively. It might just be a Texas thing, a community thing. I don't know what it is, but to me, that's uncomfortable, especially if I didn't ask where you live, and then for you to ask me where I live, especially if I don't know you or we aren't friends. Don't do that. So besides my discernment and just for safety reasons, I just decided not to do one just yet. But if I feel led in my heart to do it, I will do it. But I love it. I love where we are. You know, if we would have known what we know now, we probably would have just continued to rent. And you know, like this, hopefully this place would have opened up for us. The Radiance concealer, what's it called? Yeah, True Complexion HD corrector for my concealer. It's not that I don't want to, trust me, because like I said, I love our house. And plus you guys will see, I mean, I vlog in my house. I mean, I show things here and there when I do my routine videos. So when we do decide to build our house again and we actually find a house of our dreams, then of course I'll do that because we own it and it's ours. So that's why no house tour for right now. But like I said, if I feel led in my heart to do it, then of course I will let you guys know. Influencer questions and stuff like that, because I shared how last year was like my most profitable year of doing my blogging and influencing and stuff like that. So I just want to share what I've learned and some tips and stuff like that. Let me just share some honest truths about what I have learned. First thing I have learned is that you just need to be yourself, okay? You need to, I know this is so cliche, but you need to be yourself and do the work, okay? Like, I don't know how else to put it, but those two things will get you far. There is just so much information. There's just so many trends, so many this and that. And it's like, well, how are you supposed to stand out in a saturated market when you're supposed to do this trend? You're supposed to be like that, look like this, do that. And it's like, no, you don't. First of all, I cringe at the thought of calling myself an influencer, because anybody can be an influencer, but who are you really influencing? Just because you can sell products or because you tell me about this one product, you know, like, I'm not easily influenced. Like, I follow a lot of influencers. You know, obviously I am an online creator and stuff like that. That's why I prefer calling myself a digital lifestyle creator and entrepreneur, because I am a businesswoman, but also I create content. Like, that is what I do. I create content, I blog, and I just have fun with what I do. And so when it comes to all this knowledge and information and stuff like that, you just need to just be yourself, do the work. This is Banana Deep by Revolution. A little bit, I don't really like doing the whole baking thing, especially as a mom. When I got to go. In order to grow as an online creator, influencer, and stuff like that, you need to be utilizing Reels, TikTok, Pinterest. You can do YouTube too. Don't sleep on YouTube. Like, I honestly think you need to be leveraging all platforms so that way you can monetize on all platforms if you choose to do it as a full-on hobby or full-on businesses like that, because you make more from video content. And the way that things are going, video content is pretty much where the future is, okay? So you need to be creative. You need to do things outside the box, because it's so easy. I'm telling you, it's so easy to try to do what everybody else is doing. And with TikTok and, you know, Reels and stuff like that, it's like, okay, well, you have to hop on this trendy sound or these trendy dances, and it's like, I don't want to be doing all of that. Like, I don't want to be looking like everybody else. I tried it, and I mean, it does work, but it's like now I want to figure out, like, how can I guess be on trend but still stand out. And that's kind of where I've been struggling with. I don't want to be looking like every influencer. I don't want to be, you know, doing what every influencer is doing, because that's not my lane. You know, that's not my lane. My lane is not what everybody else is doing. And then when it comes to brands, like I said, I've worked with some huge brands last year that I'm like, whoa, like, you know, and they found me, and like, I'm just like, wow. I pitched to a few, but you know, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to those partnerships, like, you really need to just put yourself out there and the opportunities will come. You can pitch, which is, you know, reaching out to brands. Because I know a lot of old information, they'll say, okay, well, go to the website, find the PR person, this and that. And it's like, no. A lot of big brands, huge brands, they use agencies. So you going straight to Walmart's PR page, you might find a person, but you might not find the agency. And so you need to find what agency the brand is, who's managing their social media. So a lot of, there's so many out there, y'all. I mean, it's so many, because I know they'll tell you, I know a few people who say, oh, well, you need to sign up for this platform, that platform. Yes, sign up for the platforms. My favorite platform last year was Activate, Captivate. I'll leave all these down below, because if you're not signed up for it, please sign up for it. There's so many. I didn't get any on Sway. I don't know, I'm just not a fan. Quoting, I'll leave them all down below, but I know there's so many that people always say, do this, you know, it's like the specific ones. I'm like, well, what about that one? What about that one? What about that one? And it's like, girl, how are people supposed to grow and make money if you keep sharing the same stuff? That's not where it's at. But when it comes to the brand agencies, that's where you're gonna have to do the work. You're gonna have to, so what I do, or what I like to do, is I will type in the brand in Google. So open Google and I put Crocs influencer marketing LinkedIn. And so from that search, you'll be able to find who is the influencer marketing person or persons, because it's more than one person most times, and you'll be able to see who that person is. Now, granted, they may move, because a lot of people jump from agencies to agencies. So you need to see who's there recently, because I know I'll see like influencer marketing for Crocs, but they worked there last year. So you need to find who is the current person. If they keep their LinkedIn pages up to date, you will see who the current influencer person or social media person is, and you'll be able to go from there. But see, people don't want to tell you that. They just tell you go to the PR page and this and that. It's a lot of work finding who these contacts are. Or you can just go on Instagram, or you know, you can DM them and say, hello, I'm interested in partnering with you guys. I would like to know who's in charge of your social media or influencer influencer marketing, or do you guys have any influencer activations going on? And they will send you the person, because they don't want to deal with it. That's the beauty of these brands. They don't want to deal with their marketing, so that's why they hire these agencies to do that. And so they will let you know if they want to work with, you know, if they want to work with you, they'll let you know who the person is. If they don't want to work with you, you'll know. A tidbit, if you're looking to work with brands and stuff like that, or you're looking to find work and stuff like that, what was work for me is just putting myself out there, just utilizing TikTok, utilizing Reels, and you know, being on explore pages. I've hit the For You page a few times. So you know, it's just put yourself out there, and it's like the law of attraction. You attract what you put out. So if you are a mom blogger, you need to share mom content so you can attract mom brands or mom, you know, opportunities. If you're pregnant, you know, you need to put it out there so that way you can attract those kind of opportunities. You gotta put out what you want to attract. And you know, that's pretty much how it is when it comes to this whole influencer thing. You just put out what you love, and you will see those opportunities come to you. But if you don't do the work and you don't take it seriously, and you also make sure that it's high quality, because why would they hire you if you're not going to put a high quality work? They can hire a studio or agency to do all that if you're not going to do the high quality work. So just take it up a notch take it seriously and you'll see the opportunities come. No amount of courses, conferences, meetings, all of that is not going to get you where you're trying to go. And it hurts my soul to see people charge an arm and a leg and a neck and an ear to learn their blueprint. Like, it's nice to know what worked for you. I want aspiring influencers, bloggers, and creators to be knowledgeable about how it works, not what worked for you. A catch-22, because you know, yes, it worked for them, but will it work for you? People have management, so you know, a lot of times you may feel defeated and like, oh my god, like no brand wants to work with me. It's like that. It's like a celebrity who has a PR person, an assistant, a manager. It's like the same way when it comes to influencers and bloggers and stuff. They have managers. With a manager, they just reach out to brands on your behalf, and a lot of them, since they are an agency, they have rosters. So a lot of your favorite bloggers and influencers are on rosters, and so they're able to get those opportunities quicker than people who, like me, who aren't with management, because they already have that connect. They already have that brand person. You know, the brand person will say, hey, so-and-so manager, we have this opportunity. Can you send over 20 mom influencers, 30 mom influencers? So don't feel discouraged when you see all these bloggers and influencers and creators who you know, who are getting all these opportunities because they have that upper hand. They have brand, they have representation, and that leadway where they're able to get those opportunities a lot quicker. And it does suck, I ain't gonna lie, it does suck, because you know, it's usually the same bloggers and influencers doing the same opportunities. And, you know, I would love to have one eventually, but I can't work on other people's time because life be lifing. And if you're not meeting a certain quota, or you know, you're not bringing in a certain amount for your manager to get paid, you know, then they're going to take you off their roster. But I want to prove that you don't need that. You just need God, who is the ultimate resource. And two, you just got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to stand out. You got to be different. And that will help you to get those opportunities. So don't be discouraged when you see everybody having those opportunities, because trust me, there's a lot of people who have upper hands, and they're open about it. Like, a lot of people are very open. They'll say, yeah, I have a manager, you know, that pitches on my behalf, or you know, does all the other things on my behalf. And I get it, because it takes a lot. Pitching is not easy. Pitching is a lot of work. I'm using my Morphe palette right here. So pitching is a lot, okay, and it takes a lot of time. So if you have somebody to do it for you, that's wonderful, but it's not necessary at a certain level, especially starting out, because you have to bring in a certain amount of money anyway. And you also need to be doing the work, because they're not gonna give you work if you're not doing the work. So that's just something to you know, just to think about and keep in mind stuff. I talked a good bit about that, but I'm very passionate about that kind of stuff, because I'm tired of seeing people paying $500, $1,000 on information. But who wants to pay $1,200 or $500 to know what worked for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what will work for everybody, and then everybody could just put their own swig and, you know, knowledge to what they need to do and call it a day, because what may work for you may not work for everybody. So stop being greedy. I'm just learning not to support certain lifestyles and stuff who, you know, you're just telling me what worked for you and it's old information. Like, no. But I'll do a whole blog post on that. So another thing I've been getting questions about is sorority life. So I know I did a couple of videos a while ago. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've done a video on sorority life. And for one, I just kind of stopped because for one, I moved, and I'm not active in a chapter right now because I don't have a home chapter where I am. I was thinking about joining the San Antonio one. You know, that's a little drive for me and stuff, so I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I was thinking about like just, so So I was thinking about just becoming general for the time being. I don't know. But so some questions that I've gotten asked about, like, you know, when am I supposed to be, you know, getting ready and stuff like that. And first of all, I want, like, just keeping it real, like being real. I want you to pray about it to make sure that it is the right thing for you to do. Because I've been seeing a lot of people, I don't know, for some reason it's been popping up on my For You page, not For You page, but my home feed on YouTube about a lot of people denouncing their letters. Now you're like, well, why would you do that if you're gonna denounce your letters and stuff like that? But you gotta understand, when you are in that moment, especially undergrad, and that's all you see on campus, and you know, growing up, that's all that some people knew. You know, their parents were Greeks, and you know, their family members are Greeks, so that's all they knew, that's all they saw. And people really aren't open about these kind of things. You know, like I shared, like, you know, how to join and stuff like that. Like, you need to have your paperwork in order, you need to do community service, you need to be attending, you know, events and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's a lot of preparation to get ready for these things. However, people don't talk about, like, once you are in it, and you know, how it will affect you mentally, spiritually, physically. Everybody's process is different. So some people can, you know, they can talk about like what really happened, and then some people can't, because you know, the process was just a little different, a little easy. But everybody's process is different. You know, it's gonna be different depending on what school you go to. It's gonna be different depending on what chapter you go through. It's gonna be different depending on if you go through grad or undergrad and stuff. Like, it's going to be different. So everybody's experience is, you're gonna hear all types of opinions and stuff. But one thing from watching these videos is that a lot of people realize, you know, from a spiritual standpoint, how, you know, there's a dark side to it. I mean, just keeping it real. And as you get older, oh, I dropped something. You know, you just kind of ask yourself, is it really worth it? It's like that, because in the moment, like I say, in the moment, you're excited, you want to step, you want to party hop, you want to do all of that and stuff. But you really have to ask yourself, do I really want to do it? And some people will tell you up front, like, they want to do it, but then it's something inside of them telling them, don't do it. You should listen to that. Okay, pray about it first. Just make sure it is what you are supposed to do. It's a cheek color, and I love this stuff. So but yeah, you need to make sure that it is what is right for you, because just because you see everybody on campus and your friends, it's like that, does not mean it is meant for you. Okay, that means some people don't get that opportunity in undergrad because either the chapter got suspended, or you know, they just didn't have a chance to do it, you know, because of whatever reason. And there's a reason why certain things happen. You know, some people, you know, didn't get a chance to do an undergrad, but realized down the line, like, it was for the better because some stuff went down or something embarrassing happened and stuff. So, you know, everything happens for a reason, but you just have to make sure that, you know, for that, whatever reason it is, it's for a good reason. There are some people who worship those things, and I know I don't want to get too deep because that's a whole nother conversation for another day, but there are just some people who literally worship that stuff, and then they wonder why people have a bad image or a bad taste in their mouth about that kind of stuff. I'm just glad that I was one of those people who didn't need it for popularity, or I didn't need it to be known and stuff like that. But there are just some people whose confidence come from having those letters, and it's like, because I know you before, you know, and it's like, you know, that's where a lot of people's confidence come from, and it's sad. You know, it's really sad. You know, just watching these videos and stuff, it really opens your eyes and makes you realize, like, you know, there's a good side to everything, but there's also a dark side. And the dark side is what you do not want to play with when it comes to this kind of stuff, because when it comes to those idols, man, those idols are real. I just want to share how you need to just be discerning, because just to be real, like, you know, and I hope I don't get any hate for this, like, just being real, like, if I could have done it all over again, I would have waited to do grad. I love our chapter, like, I love my undergrad chapters like that, and especially the ones who came before us, like, they were truly inspiring and stuff like that. And but at the same time, like, my grad chapter in Maryland was literally like one of the best chapters. Like, if you live in DC, Maryland, Virginia, and you need a home to go to, as far as AKA goes, join Psi Epsilon Omega, PEO, hands down the best chapter. Like, they've grown so much. I remember when I first started, it was only like maybe 100 sorors in our chapter, and now it's grown so much. Like, when I left, I think we were at 300, y'all. Like, it was that many. I guess because you think, oh, okay, well, grad chapter's boring, you know, they just clean up and do this. No, baby. No, they don't. Things have changed a lot. So, you know, you think you're missing out on the experience of undergrad, but you are able to still get that experience in grad. And that's why I just said, you know what? But knowing what I know or what I experienced, I just probably would have waited, because at the time, like, I felt, you know how, like, you at that time you feel something, but you just don't care because you just want it that bad. I felt that. And now that I'm older and, you know, been really in tune with my spirit, that was something that was revealed to me. So just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Let's be discerning. And if it's meant for you, it'll be meant for you. But if not, don't let it stress you out, boo-boo. Trust me, there's more to life than that kind of lifestyle, okay? Adult friendships. Like, I never thought that I would, like, talk about something like this, but it's something that I guess you kind of learn and experience. Adult friendships hit different when you're an adult, okay? Because when you're young, you know, when you meet friends from elementary school and, you know, I don't know, wherever you meet friends at, it's different because you're young and you're just growing. You meet people and, you know, you're friends with them for a while because y'all just develop a great bond with each other. But when you get older and, like, life really hits, you realize that, oh, these friends. Like me, I'm a sociable person. Like, I've always been that way. I love people, I love friends, but being away from all of that really has shown me a side of adult friendships that I guess I never thought that I would experience. And it's kind of, it hurts sometimes. Life is lifing, okay? We're in different phases of our lives. We're in different places. We're in different phases. We're doing different things. You know, it's not like when we grew up with in our houses and all we had was each other. You know, we had one another to go outside and play. We had, you know, our parents to take us to Chuck E. Cheese and Celebration Station to go have fun and stuff like that. You know, like, we're just in different, as adults, we're just all in different phases of life. You know, some people have families before the other friend. You know, we're all in different phases. Some people are in college before the other friend. Like, we're just all in different phases of our lives. And sometimes those phases can really test and really show the true colors in a friendship. Like I said, just being away from people that I knew and stuff, it's hard because, you know, you're just so used to being around those people and talking to them all the time. But then when life really starts to hit, you know, some people are there, some people just aren't. And that's just life, you know? And it just shows you kind of where you stand with people. And you kind of just gotta, I won't say you gotta kind of just deal with it, but you kind of just have to not stress over too much because it's just life, y'all. It's life. Not only are we in different phases of our lives, we're in different seasons as well. So I know for some people, their season is making money, you know, hanging around business people, like-minded entrepreneurs and stuff, and their old circle of friends may not be at that place where they're doing that kind of stuff. So you can't have conversations with those kind of people, and it won't make sense to them because they're not living that lifestyle. And so that's why you kind of gravitate towards people who are doing the things that you are doing and stuff, and that's okay. It's okay. At some point we just have to stop being so sensitive to the choices that we make to better ourselves. There are people who are in therapy because they want to be better. Like, they don't want to be out here struggling and being in toxic relationships and toxic environments, so they want to do better for themselves. But when you surround yourself around people who don't want the same for themselves, it makes it hard for you to grow. And I'm at the point where I don't want to hang around people who are going to stunt my growth, okay? Like, the whole gossiping and talk about people, that's a thing of the past. Like, I don't even like talking about people. Like, people talk about me, family talk about me, I don't care. Like, but I'm not going to sit here and waste my time talking about people, because what is it doing for me? Nothing. It's not putting gas in my tank. It's not paying my kids daycare tuition. That's why I just want to surround myself around women who are just empowering, who are uplifting, who are just doing the daggone thing and, you know, trying to make a difference. They're trying to live with purpose and, you know, follow their calling and stuff. Like, those are the kind of women I want to surround myself around, especially women who are moms that are doing the same. Not just like mom bloggers and influencers, because even there's some influencers and mom bloggers too that just because they show up one way online, baby, they're a whole different way. You know, they're a whole different kind of way outside of that. Surround yourself around people who want better for themselves and want better for you. You know, like, I don't want to sit here and just talk about people. I may be an entrepreneur and stuff like that, but I just want to have fun. I want to talk about like real life stuff, like stuff that, you know, to help us be better, you know, to help us make the situations better. And, you know, how can we uplift each other? How can we keep ourselves encouraged? How can I help you with your business? How can I help you as a mom? You know, like, those are the kind of people I want to surround myself around. Just some people that you once called friends, or, you know, that you still call them your friends, but you just realize you guys aren't at the same place spiritually, mentally, physically, and it does take a damper on your relationship, but it's okay. You know, I really believe, I'm a firm believer that who you surround yourself around really says a lot about you. I know, what's that quote that says, oh Lord, I'll leave it right here, but it's like, if you want to know who you are or where you're going, so check the five people closest to you. And baby, when you do that, whoo-wee, you just realize, okay. Or what is another quote? I think it was another quote that says, if you're the smartest one in your circle, you need a new circle of friends. And not saying your friends are dumb. We're not saying your friends are dumb, but we're saying that if you are the only one, in my sense, if you're the only one doing this, doing that, you're prospering, you're growing, you're developing, you're not gossiping, you know, you want to help people, even if they're in shambles or their life's in shambles, then if you're the only one doing that, then that's a problem. And you need to surround yourself around better people, even family. We can't help who God made us family members with. We can't help who we share DNA with. However, if they are stunting your growth, or they're not prospering, or, you know, doing anything to really help you, you gotta just distance yourself. There is nothing wrong with distancing yourself away from people who are not growing you or not helping you grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get so offensive, like, oh, she acting funny, oh, she this, she that. No, baby, it's protecting your peace, and it's just realizing that you want to grow. I think people we have to stop being sensitive to people's growth, because there are people that want to grow. They want to be better. They want to do better. And I ain't mad at it. I am not mad. I would love seeing people grow and mature, because we all have been knuckleheads, hard-headed. We just be doing some stupid stuff when we don't know better, because when you don't know better, you don't do better. But when you know better, you do better. And so to see people that once were like that doing so well and flourishing, like even myself, like, you know, when I see how much I've grown, not like with numbers and stuff like that, but just my maturity, I get chills, because man, I used to be a hot mess, okay? But to see how much I've grown, what I'm not going to tolerate anymore, what I refuse to tolerate, who I choose not to surround myself around, who I choose not to follow, like, it brings chills. I was always a people pleaser. I was a severe people pleaser, and I would just surround myself around people doing things what other people were doing just because it seemed like the thing to do, or just seemed cool, or because I wanted to make people happy or smile. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do those things. I'm glad I'm at a place where, like, I feel comfortable saying no, and no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to follow. I'm not going to tolerate that. Like, no. And that's where you have to get to a place when it comes to growth about those kind of things. But when it comes to adult friendships, especially with this pandemic, you know, a lot of people haven't seen their friends, they haven't seen their family, and you know, it's like, you know, you barely see them, you barely talk to them, but everybody's just going through something. You know, there are people, everybody's just going through something, and something that people may be going through is a growth spurt, because they're maturing, they're realizing, like, I ain't tolerating that, or I'm not doing that. Like, and you have to respect that. You got to respect people's growth. And although, you know, there are friends that, you know, I grew up with, or that I was friends with for like 5 years, 10 years, and we may not be at the same place anymore, or we may not talk every day, you know, the love is not lost. I never want to end on bad terms, but I just realized that I'm just not where everybody is. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to stay stuck. I want to grow. And if the people I'm surrounding myself around aren't growing with me, or they're not elevating with me, or, you know, if it's me, you know, like, I gotta distance myself. I know God has me on this earth for a purpose, and when people are stunting that growth, or they're stunting your purpose, when they're interfering with what God is trying to do in your life, that's a problem. And you really need to surround yourself around better people, like-minded people. And doesn't matter if it's family, friends, if they're stunting your growth, let it go. So, all right. Whew, I talked your heads off today. I hope. Well, I gotta check my watch time to make sure y'all ain't dry. Okay, so I'm gonna end it by spraying my all-nighter spray by Urban Decay. And that's that, y'all. Ooh, man, it take me a while to do my makeup, honey. Ooh, child, that's why the big guy be mad at me, like, sweetie, when you gonna be done? I'm like, I'm almost done, and I'll be done. Guys, enjoyed today's chit chat. Get ready with me. I hope it was inspiring, encouraging, and all that. And thank you guys for bringing those to my attention. And I just need to do better responding, commenting, and stuff like that. I just get so many, and I'm like, oh my god, but I need to do better. But I have, like I said, I've been seeing those for a while. Let me just go ahead and talk about these things and stuff. So yeah, but I hope today was conversations. I hope it was good, and you guys enjoy the conversation. If you guys would like for me to do more of these, let me know, and I got you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Peace.